Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with men's basketball. I'm joined by assistant coach Josh Fleming. And Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kind of that stage of the season where every game's important. 6 games left here in the regular season, and obviously nice to have 4 of them coming up here at home.
Absolutely. We felt like that whole first half of the GLIAC season took forever, all those road trips and whatever. But yeah, it's nice to be at home. We play well at home, and we usually have good crowds, so I'm looking forward to it.
Obviously, kind of like the women's team, just one game this past week against Lake Superior State on the road, and really been a competitive series going back to when you played here at Ferris State between the Bulldogs and the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. Lake State, that's a tough place to win. I won 3 times there in my career, and one of them wasn't against Lake State. So very tough place to win. They play well up there and couldn't get it done this year.
As we go to the highlights of the game, obviously Bulldogs coming into this game a little banged up due to injuries and got into a little bit of foul trouble here early on, which didn't help the start here in this basketball game.
Nah, not at all. We were out of position a couple of times, and I mean they made us pay for it. Some early foul trouble, and we had to dig into the bench a little early. So
obviously taking on the Lakers always a challenge, and they're a team that's well coached and a team that's had a lot of success here in the recent years.
Yes, definitely. Coach Hedinga does a great job up there with those guys, instilling this culture and keeping it going further. But they're a team that makes you pay if you're out of position on defense or you don't crash the boards, don't go to rebound. They're gonna make you pay, and they did a good job of it.
Certainly a game that means a great deal in terms of the implications here, as they all do here going on throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, every game at this point is crucial. We're trying to battle for some playoff positioning, trying to battle for a place in the regional rankings. Not everybody gets in, so that'd be difficult, but at the same time, we're looking forward to the challenge.
Obviously, going into that game against Lake Superior State, you were coming in off a nice win over Michigan Tech, and really a chance to get a little extra preparation. Maybe talk about how you handled that week going into that one-game trip.
We had a couple of recovery days. Some days we just looked at some film too, and we got after it, got onto the floor, did a lot of preparation. But I mean, I guess whatever we did wasn't enough because couldn't come away with the win. Obviously,
down 13 here at halftime, but kind of been in that position before. Maybe what was the talk at halftime about trying to get back in the game?
We tried to make a couple of adjustments, but it did. We got off to a rough start. We got off to a shaky start in the second half. A couple of 50-50 balls like this one here didn't go our way. We had a rebound get tipped out of bounds off of us that there was no one around for us, so it was tough. I mean, we just kind of dug a already deep hole a little bit deeper.
Obviously down double digits here for a while in the second half, but made a couple runs to get it back to single digits. Seemed like every time you got it back to 8 or 9 points that they came up with a big 3-point play that really kind of pushed that lead back up.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, they're really good at making you pay for your mistakes. I mean, they always have been, even back to when I was playing. And I mean, if you don't really capitalize or stay focused and locked into your assignment defensively, offensively, or whatever, I mean, they're going to take advantage of it. They've been good at it for a long time.
Obviously, here they had a nice crowd on hand, and a tough place to play when the crowd kind of gets behind them.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. It was my junior year when we played them in the tournament. It got louder than I've ever heard any gym before in my life. But yeah, they show up in support. They had some alums come up, show up at the game, and I mean, it's a tough place to play.
Obviously, a game like this, the second meeting, how much does it change going from the first time you played them back in early January to where you guys are right now?
I think when we played them in January, I think we were a little healthier. But, I mean, we were missing Deshaun. This time we were missing Reese. And, I mean, it's just tough. I mean, everybody deals with injuries and problems like that, so we can't make that excuse. We just have to bring the next man up and move him along.
Obviously, now you kind of move along here as you come back home, taking on Saginaw Valley and Wayne State at home this week, and I really can't dwell on that one too much. You've got to move forward here with 2 more big games on tap.
Yep, we're going to probably watch some film of that game a little bit and dust it off. Then it's time to turn the page because we got Saginaw Valley coming Thursday, and they got a hold of us last time we played them. So, I mean, we gotta be focused in for that one.
How important is it to be in the process maybe of getting better each and every week and playing your best basketball when the end of the regular season comes around here in early March.
Yeah, very important. I mean, you can't dwell on the game like we talked about because we got another one coming up, and I mean every game is very important right now. So we can't take any plays off, can't take any moments off. So we just got to be sharp.
Obviously, with that road trip that you guys had, so many road games in the first half of the conference season, now a chance to really finish the season strong here with 4 at home and your 2 road games, close games in your own backyard at Grand Valley State and Davenport.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to being at home. It's always an advantage to be able to sleep in your own bed and get up and just go right over to the gym. But the Grand Rapids games are going to be difficult. Those teams are tough. I mean, we've got a tough conference. I think the bottom 3 teams in the conference all won last week. So, I mean, no game can be taken for granted. No game can, there's no guaranteed wins.
Obviously, 17-6 on the year, and you guys have put yourselves in position here to make a run in both the GLIAC tournament, potentially the NCAA tournament, but a lot of games still kind of in front of you before you can get to those stages.
Yep, and hopefully we could close them out well. I know Coach Bronx is itching to get his 400th 20-win season or whatever it is. So, but hopefully we can get that done for him, and hopefully we can just take care of business moving forward and get some momentum going into the playoffs.
You mentioned a 20-win season, and obviously that's something that is extremely important and takes a lot of work to get to that level and to do it each and every year. What's it mean to be a part of the program like that?
It means a ton. There's a lot of pride that goes into it, especially being a part of the early building years as a player. Now as a coach, it's just kind of trying to pass on what the culture means. And I mean, where we started 10-16, and then after that, I mean, we kind of got on a roll and didn't really look back. But I mean, it just should be appreciated, shouldn't be taken for granted.
Obviously, here at home this week against Saginaw Valley and Wayne State, and going to be important here to come out and really set the tone here early in these games.
Yeah, no doubt. That's been a point of emphasis for us, is like starting off the games like we're coming out at halftime, like down 10 or whatever it is, and that's been a major point of emphasis. So hopefully we can get off to some good starts and, like you said, set the tone.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck as you host Saginaw Valley on Thursday and Wayne State on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. You can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.